right. What's up? What's up?
Welcome to Woman Crush Every Day, where we talk about queer media, especially when it is black and especially when it is woman. I'm Tang B, aka Sean B. Scribe.
I am Allison, aka Al Wu.
And we are going to talk about the L Word, Season 2, Episode 3. But first, we're going to give a shout out to our new subscribers.
Yes. Shout out to JB and Jasmine Epps, who subscribed this past week. So thank you all for tuning in and rocking with us and watching the L Word with us and all that good stuff.
And if you want to get a shout out or you just want to be the first to know when we posted a new episode, just go ahead and hit that subscribe button.
Yes, indeed. So, without any further ado, let's talk about this episode 3. What's up? What was your favorite scene?
So, my favorite scene was the scene with Angie. Okay, so Angie has done the DNA test, the genealogy test, has gotten on there, figured out, like, boom, have a half-sister. And so she makes a plan that she's going to meet up with this half-sister. She's skipping school to do it, and boom, who comes in? Bet. Seeing her with the photo albums laid out, baby pictures, what's going on. And Angie just comes straight out and tells Bet, like, I did the test, even though you told me not to. Found out I have a half-sister. Bet loses it. Like, I told you specifically not to do it. Me and Mama T said this. Don't do it. And she's like, well, I did. And I'm going to meet her. And she's like, you're not meeting her. And Angie just kind of says, okay, and goes upstairs. Pet's pissed, and Gigi comes right in and is really trying to say, like, okay, let me help you think through this. I'm also a parent. I've got kids. I didn't biologically give birth to them. Here's some things you might be feeling threatened by. Like, totally speaking rationally.
She was really trying. She was trying really so hard.
And there's just times where, you know, you're just not ready for anybody to be rational with you, but you need it. And Bet immediately was like, yeah, you're deflecting. This isn't about me. You don't know anything. And I don't have time to deal with your hurt feelings. I don't have time to deconstruct your feelings, which I was like, the conversation is
ice cold.
Cut into that.
Yeah.
And Gigi was like, actually, I'm out. And really around just, you know, Gigi's like, I could help with this. And Angie calls down and says, you know, Mama, who's there? And Bet says, nobody.
Yeah.
And, you know, they've been on dates now, calling each other girlfriend.
Earlier in this episode, Bet acknowledges Gigi as her girlfriend in front of Danny and Danny's father. So the switch up from this is my girlfriend to this is nobody was a huge blow up.
Yeah. And that's tough. Like, when you're giving somebody a title, you need to think about, like, is this your title when it's just me and you together? Or is this your title when we're in the world? Because you're going to hurt somebody's feelings real quick. If you're not ready to say, meet my family, meet my friends, you know, I'll be with you publicly. If you just the date and the one to take home, you need to specify that that's what girlfriend means to you.
Yeah. You know, but, you know, we really felt it coming. And hey, Toya, what's up?
Hey.
Thanks for tuning in. Really felt it coming when they went to that art show. So, in this episode, Bet and Gigi go on a date to an art show. And Gigi is asking, like, how do you know what's good art? You know, just all the questions that somebody who's not into Bet's world really would ask. Yeah. She's grabbing ass. She's trying to do all kind of stuff except for pay attention to the art.
She's like, drinks, where they at?
Yeah. She's doing everything but the art. And it really, you know, you can tell that it's wearing on Bet. And actually I was going to say, I think this is one of my favorite moments in the episode, is as Bet is going through this and she's realizing, okay, this isn't really going to work out with me and Gigi, she stumbles upon a particular installation at this exhibit, and immediately she is just raptured by what she's seeing and knows that it is the work of her favorite artist. I'm about to call her Peppa Pig.
Peppa Pascal.
Pippa Pascal.
Pippa Pascal.
Okay. Pippa Pascal, and so she's enamored by this artist. You know, she's wondered, like, Pippa has fallen off of the art scene for a while, and Bet is just so excited that she is stumbling upon this artist's work. So that was like, oh, okay, we're going to go into this shift where Bet is now trying to find this artist and build this relationship with this person. So I'm excited to see where that's going to go. And it's cool to see, yeah, I'm excited to see where that's going to go. I'm going to leave that there.
Yeah, that's really great, because I also feel like it's a throwback to the original L Word, where Bet really would have these artists that she would spend a season like trying to get, or trying to convince her board, like, we need to show this artist. This artist is, you know, breaking boundaries. They are going above and beyond. I know, Pippa. I'm reading the comments. And so I think it's dope to have Bet back in that role, and that be something that she's in love with, even more than women that she's trying to find love with. It's just like this original passion of, I really love artists who push the boundaries and who other people push out. I try to bring them back in, and I just feel like I appreciate that core coming back. Oh, and then back to the end of that episode, that ends up taking Angie to meet the half sister.
Oh yeah.
So I just love that Gigi comes in, calls her out, ends up really kind of, the relationship gets sabotaged off of this, but out of the sabotage, Bet is forced to grow and give Angie what she needs, which is like access to her own rights, to her own identity.
My fault for taking the story and going in another direction, but
that was great to get that background of just like why it even mattered that Bet said nobody.
Yeah,
here.
Bet got over her at the art show, so that's yeah. That was a really great scene though. I really loved how that worked out when and her turnaround and just saying like, okay, we'll meet homegirl, and that was cute when she met her half sister too. I thought that was pretty dope. I
wanted to hear more of the conversation, but I know more will come from that. Okay, so the art scene was your favorite scene, or do you have a?
I really like the art scene. I really like the scene where we see Gigi speaking Farsi with Danny's dad. Like, I thought that was a nice little shift into showing the complexities of Gigi, you know, because I think she gets painted as kind of goofy, you know, kind of just like rugged, you know what I mean, in a way that's like, girl, stop, you know. But I mean, she's a badass, you know, she's definitely badass in her own way, and that was cool to demonstrate that level and show it when she's with business people, you know, that sort of relationship. I thought that was cool.
That is really cool, and I feel like something that we don't get to see, like when they show Iranian people, they don't show good sides. They don't show them, you know. Yeah, we'll just leave it there. We know what gets shown of people, and to just be able to bring other people into the space of the L Word, who aren't just, you know, rich white LA people. There's other rich people in LA.
Right.
Rich
people. Yeah, no doubt. And absolutely. Okay, this is Vanessa E. Williams? That's who's playing? Oh, wow. Okay, well, I'm excited. I'm excited to see. I saw that in the
nice.
In the preview, but I couldn't tell who it is and didn't look up the name, so that's pretty cool. What was she? I can't even think of what she was in, but I know the name. Like, if you can drop in what show she was in, so that way, yeah, right. So, yeah. Next, who was your woman crush? Oh, my woman crush this episode, I'm gonna have to give it to Gigi, round 2. It's the second episode of this season where Gigi is getting the woman crush award. Okay. And I think it was the language thing. You know what I mean? I was like, oh, she's doing accents. Oh, snap. But I mean, I like her. You know, I think in a way that Bet, you know, Bet can't appreciate a Gigi, and I mean, she can to a degree, but you know, she wasn't in the long haul for Gigi, and you know,
yeah,
Gigi that wasn't gonna work.
Spend her time proving herself to Bet.
Exactly. So
that scene where Gigi and Danny were on a business outing, but it was kind of a date. And the dude comes up and starts saying something. First of all, I love that they didn't translate it because we didn't need the translation.
Right?
We all knew what was being said.
That was great.
I thought that was just beautiful actual translation on camera. And then to just see how she was just like, nope, and this is how I handle that situation, and just really present it like if you were with me, you don't even have to worry about that. Like, I'm gonna shut this down.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it gracefully. I'm gonna say what it is, and then I'm gonna check in with you after and see how you doing.
Soul Food. That's what I was thinking. Thank you. I was like, yes. Okay, Vanessa E. Williams was in Soul Food. That's what's up. I can't wait to see her in these next episodes. So that's fire.
That'd be dope.
Yeah, but I think that was really cool to see the language switch up there too without the translation. They did that in Hintified really well. That was the first time I had seen that, and I think that as like a aesthetic and a tactic to kind of storytell without having to go into the language breakdown, you can just feel it, you know. I think that's really, really cool.
I love that. And it's more risky because who's speaking Farsi? I mean, there are a lot of people in the U.S. speaking Farsi, but not nearly as many Spanish speakers, as people speaking Spanish. So it's really a risk to take with the audience, but it was just flawless. It was flawless.
So your woman crush?
My woman crush this week is Alice.
Okay.
Because, man, that final scene with Alice and Nat, the breakup scene, I just think, like, Alice really held her ground and just saying, like, I'm here. She kind of listened to her day a little bit, listened to what Nat had to say, and then just, I have to tell you, I can't do this anymore. And when Nat started backstepping on, like, no, it could be only you, even though we just, last episode, you just said that poly is who you are. It's just like being bisexual. This is who I am. It's not gonna go away. And then here she is, like, trying to.
That was so ghetto. Why did Nat say that? Why did Nat do that? She was
desperate for the relationship. I think she was just like, I'm gonna say whatever I can to keep Alice here, and then eventually, she'll just get used to the poly. I think she was just desperate, and that's what made it so sexy that Alice didn't fall into it. Just was like, no, I have to walk away. I have to walk away.
That felt really usury.
Yeah, it was manipulative. It was getting into manipulation.
And you know what? I'm going to go ahead and go into all the usury bull that happened in this episode.
Go ahead.
Because Nat was definitely, the 180 on the, if you can't accept that I'm poly, then this won't work. And then the next day, she's like, okay, you can work. ma'am. Go home. So that was whack. But then Nat in particular, Nat again using Micah. The whole there's a whole scene with Micah where she hires Micah to be a counselor and is like, okay, great, now you can work with all the trans kids, and just totally oblivious to nobody wants to be pigeonholed. Nobody wants to get a job so that way you can just work exclusively with this person, because it's like we're bigger than that. All of us, have these bigger capacities. So that was whack. And then Micah had to call her out and say, yo, sis, that's whack. Worked out for Micah. Nat changed her tune and said, okay, cool, I'm gonna diversify your portfolio of clients, and shout out that. But that was round 2, user action. Another scene where these people really get on my nerves with the user crap was Sophie. Sophie, raggedy ass, bro. Sophie comes home from work, right? As soon as she opens the door, boom, she wants to drop her keys, but there's no table or key rack or wherever she was going to drop her keys. It's gone because Danny has cleaned all her shit out the house. And
Danny's shit, mind you. Danny's shit.
It's Danny's stuff. So she now has a house that she's moved and that Gigi sold her.
Gorgeous condo.
Really nice condo. I don't know if she wanted it. I don't know what she was trying to prove. I think she was trying to just get out of Dodge as quick as possible. But she got all her stuff and is, there's that. And now Sophie was acting all mad like, she took the sofa. She took the couch. I mean, what else did she take? The table?
The table. She took the red pepper flakes.
The red pepper flakes.
But I would take in my red pepper flakes
She took her stuff.
Just her stuff.
She took her stuff. And the fact that you already knew you was wrong. You didn't think about that. None of this is mine.
Yeah.
None of this is mine. But you expect somebody to hold on to it.
Actually,
that was raggedy.
That leads me to a moment where I was like, I don't hate Finlay. I don't hate her in this moment, because Finlay was immediately like, yeah, the stuff is gone, but like, it's cool. We can get a sofa. Like, we can get a place to put the keys. Like, you can't have red pepper flakes tonight, but it's fine. Like, she was just like not feeling obligated to anybody's anything, which was so anti what we've been introduced to for Finlay. It's just like, I mooch, I come, I stay too long, I eat too much, I take all your stuff, I ruin your parties. Like, that's been Finlay. And this was a moment where I was just like, actually, it's fine. Actually, I'm gonna make it comfortable for everybody. I've lived with less. Like, it's not a big deal. It is her stuff. Like, what did you expect?
I feel like Finlay was like, this is what happens in the user community. Sometimes it rains, sometimes it's sunshine. But you gotta take the good with the bad. Anyway, yeah, they're a perfect match.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And then the whole scene with the "you saved me," it's just like, you did save me. I'm like,
actually, let's jump into what should stay and what should go. That should go.
That should go. Finlay and Sophie is a whole thing, or like just that scene. We didn't even need that.
Oh man, the "you did save me" scene. It's gross.
I don't know what she meant by that.
I think she meant like, I really wasn't ready to marry Danny, live her life. My ideas were going to get bulldozed, because I do think in a way Danny is a power player. She knows more about the atmosphere, more about what's going to multiply what they have available to them. And as much as I think she was moving away from her dad, she was still going to be partly like her dad. And I still think I never liked them as a couple. But
yeah.
I liked Sophie for Danny. I thought that they made a good balance for each other. But yeah, as far as Sophie and Finlay together, I don't have any interest in seeing that. I don't want to see them together. I just don't. That could go away. I would love to see Finlay get another job where she's as valued as she was when she was working for Alice. I would like to even see Finlay get her job back. I would like to see Sophie be successful at her job, meet somebody new, build her friend circle even wider, maybe even be a friend to Micah instead of having her sister.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I don't want to. I'm really wary about the relationship between Micah and Sophie's sister, and I need to know Sophie's sister's name. I don't feel like they say it that often. But yo, she's mad rude. Like, and I get it. She's like, hey, you're not in a wheelchair, or you don't have my problems. You don't have my disabilities. But I'm like, that just feels really insensitive to me in a way that's like, everybody's shit is relative, and no matter what your problem is, I would want you to be able to like have empathy in a moment when somebody's like, I just want to get something off my chest. This makes me feel a certain way. It was cool, I guess, that her getting into Micah's ass got Micah to go stand up for himself. And yes, Maribel, thank you. It got Micah to stand up for himself, so shout out that. But
is that gonna be the thing every time?
Yeah,
every time Maribel has to get into Micah's ass to get Micah to be confident, like, that just doesn't seem like a healthy.
The chastisement, it felt weird to me. And
she did come around this time at the end of that to offer some good advice. And I think that's the toss-up, is like, she does offer good advice, but the fact that she gotta bully you before she like offers it, like, that's the price of admission.
Yeah,
is I gotta take you down a few more notches, and then I'll give you something.
yeah. I don't like that. I don't need that energy in my life. Thank you. We can just sage that right out.
Okay, so now that we know what can get rid. Oh, one more thing to get rid of. What is up with the energy with Tess and Shane and the whole bar thing? It's so weird, and I feel like there's no trust there, but they just keep saying that they trust each other, but then they keep doing things behind each other's back and then telling half truths about it, and it's just so weird. And I find the storyline just a little, I don't know where to place it. I don't know where to place it or what to even care about it.
Yeah. I think that's one of those things where I feel like, I guess that can, I think I am excited to see where that goes. I think I am excited to see what Tess is lying about. Because whatever that situation was where she said that dude harassed her or whatever, and she took some money from him or whatever, that read is total bull to me. Like, no, I think you're selling cocaine or something. You're doing something else, because it wasn't just him. You know, like, there was another scene where they show the interaction with the dude, but then you see Tess talking to a lady, like,
and I don't know if she was the money lady or what.
So I was like, interesting stuff, but Tess is definitely lying, and I'm curious as to what she's lying about.
Yeah, I don't know. That whole energy there is weird. Okay, so we talked about what can go away. What should they keep going with? What should we keep?
I think that's what they should keep. I didn't really go on too much about it. Those were two needs to goes. Stays. I definitely want more. I want more Gigi and Danny. More that. I like that. I'm with that.
Yeah. I definitely want to know more about what's going on with Angie and her family. I kind of want Carrie back. Carrie was funny. So we can bring some Carrie and Tina back in. And yeah, I think those are the things I really do want to see. I need to see Finlay do better for herself. I need to see her win a little bit, and it seems like she's improving as a person. So I hope this is like, her arc is good and that it's not a crash and burn arc, which I feel like they would do with like Shane in the old season. It's just like Shane's up, and a crash. And I hope they're not going to do that to Finlay. I'd love to see her just
grow,
and not be as annoying,
Yeah.
Maybe Rebecca will come back, and not Sophie. Don't get with Sophie.
Yeah. I agree.
Who needs saving? Gross.
What else?
I think that's it. One more question is, where does this fit in the queer canon? Like, are there important stories here that you think fit into what we need to see as far as queer representation, especially when it comes to being woman, especially when it comes to being black? I think this setup for seeing this black woman artist in episode 4 is super, super important. Really excited to see this. Really excited to see this relationship, this black love relationship with Bet and this dark-skinned sister who was killing it. So I'm really excited about that. And I think it was dope too. I said like 7 times in the past thing. Micah's standing up for himself. I think that whole piece of just saying like, hey, shape me as a whole person, just like you, just like anybody else. Seeing more of that, I'm with it. Awesome. Yeah, definitely agree about Bet and this artist. I definitely want to see more with Angie and this half sister and that relationship of non-traditional families, and seeing how they come back into that. Having this father who's an artist to has also made this contribution, and what does it mean to have that distanced relationship, but also still that biology and genealogy behind you. And then I definitely want to see more about Gigi, because I love her and Danny being able to connect on, coming from not even the same culture, but different cultures that have their own distinct thing. Danny being, well-traveled, well-read, well-lingualed.
Well-lingualed, I like it.
Out there.
I like
know
it.
What I mean. Well-lingualed. Start saying it, and it's a thing. And so I like seeing that, but I also like that Gigi mentioned, like, we weren't like Hollywood Tehran, like we were poor. We never reached that level of like we show up in Gucci. And so she comes with this other perspective of what it means to just be an Iranian in the U.S. and what that experience is growing up and being queer and having women and having men, misread her frequently. So I think that'll be dope to see more of.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I mean, those are our questions. We got through our 4. So, I mean, we can cuss, right?
Yeah.
Like you used to. Like, this is our
Like
show.
this-
We can say what we want to say. But yeah, any thoughts or comments that you have, like, leave those comments in the comments section, and we will get back with you. And like, we love the conversation because it's great. So
yeah, Toya G, thanks for joining us for the chat the whole time.
yes, indeed. And we'll be back next week talking about episode 4. I want to shout out Bread House, who is sponsoring this, and we're able to be here and all that good stuff. Bread House is a music production studio in Detroit, Michigan. It's beats, rhymes, everything Detroit. So yeah, you can follow Bread at Bread for Anything on Instagram, and also follow us on Instagram at womancrush.everyday, and it's in the description too. So, because I'm not gonna spell it, it's a lot of letters and punctuation and crazy stuff. But
yeah. One more thing, if you are into plays, there's a play that we actually wrote. It's on Tuesday. It's virtual, so anybody can tune in. Look for the vagrancy mi.com. You can get tickets. It's called Alice Awake. So check it out.
Yes, indeed. Say that again, because I don't, just in case you missed it, you want,
It's going to be a virtual play.
Yes.
There's going to be raps involved.
She wrote the play.
I wrote the play.
I wrote the raps. Bada boom.
Bada boom. If you like black plays, if you like Afrofuturism, if you like historical fiction, if you like Alice in Wonderland, if you like rap, I think you should check it out. If you're a black nerd, you definitely should check this out, because we're going into the history books, y'all, literally.
Yes.
So it is it's called Alice Awake. It's going to play on Tuesday, 5 p.m. EST. There will be a talk back afterwards, and you can find tickets. It's pay what you can. So it's whatever you want. You got $1, you can come. You got $50, you can come. Pay what you can, thevagrancymi.com. And you can find it on our social media too.
Yes, indeed. All right, y'all. Well, thanks so much for tuning in. Until next week, we will see you. And stay gay. I don't know.
Yeah, absolutely. Stay really gay. Stay black. Stay woman. Stay whatever you are. Be
all
you.
That. Yes, be you. Stay you. That's what we're doing over here.
Most importantly.
Heck
All right.
yeah. All right.
Peace, y'all.
Peace.